Economic status report for our city of McAllen. And we have the honor, pleasure again to have our city manager, Isaac Tawil, in the studio here at KURV. And let's start here, the first inning, first swing with a home run. Record setting sales performance for the city of McAllen. I don't think we've had a month where we sold this much before. So let's start there. That good news.
Never. Over $12 million collections for the month of December. That was incredible. If only we had those numbers before State of the City, the mayor may have been able to announce a
That was
$100 million
$100 million
mark.
plus,
But yeah, it was exciting.
Yeah.
We know people want to be here. We know people seek us out. We know that they're spending money here, and the economy stays strong despite everything.
So what was the driver? Anybody do a deep dive on that one? Flesh out the numbers? Where do we get it? More alcohol, more Christmas sales, more restaurants?
We have followed the Mexican shopper, and we know that they're coming less frequently, but we know they're staying longer and spending more.
That's crazy.
And so we think a lot of that number had to do with that. But there is an insatiable appetite to spend money in McAllen. There's just so much to do here.
Well, let's look at that other metric then. They're coming less because we have the bridge numbers that show us that there's less traffic coming over here, but some of they're spending more.
Yeah. Well, they're staying longer,
yeah.
Right? So the day trips are becoming 2 and 3 day trips. We know we're still seeing the same visitors. Their trips may be less frequent, but when they come, they're staying, and they will always find a way to get here.
Isaac Tawil is our city manager for McAllen, and the most recent sales tax report for the city was $12 million in collections from sales tax in the area. Would be nice if we could have like 12 months of that from this point onward, and we'd be well over $100 million.
It might make my job harder. I don't know if we could keep up with the projects we would want to do.
Yeah. Well, speaking of projects, I know, behind the scenes there at the city manager's office running the city, all the requests coming for permitting this, permitting that, and infrastructure issues, and roads and pipes that need to be put in the road. We have, if things are this good now, Lord willing, near future, with all these projects, with the phallic family off the freeway, and of course the Bowie Reservoir that's building, so those numbers are just going to continue to climb. We got stores opening up all over the place.
Opportunity.
Yeah.
We keep preaching it. People want to be here. People want their businesses to be here. And I think it's because we take care of the basics first. I think it's because we invest in our infrastructure. We've got good roads. We've got good drainage. We continue to invest in those programs. We continue to be one of the safest places in the country to live, work, and enjoy some recreation. And all of that helps. Spending, over half of the revenue coming to the city on those things makes doing everything else we do that much easier and that much better.
Let's address something that was on the ballot. What was already probably a couple of years back already. This so-called anti-corruption measure that limited campaign donations per city hall candidate to like $500 or something like that.
Yeah,
there was a legal fix to that. So we've heard before, even at the high court level, in other litigation, you can't be limiting like corporations or people, and you can't be limiting their campaign contributions. Well, how about individuals who live in the city of McAllen limiting their campaign contributions?
Anytime in the United States you're going to limit somebody's First Amendment right to speech, there are certain boxes you have to check. And if you don't do that, the law, ordinance, regulation that you enact is likely unconstitutional. When the proposition came to the city in the form of a petition, the city became obligated at that point to take it as it was presented, whether it was wrong or right.
Mm-hmm.
And so we did. We took it, we validated it, we put it on the ballot, but we knew there were problems with it. And I think there was a fairly robust campaign out there, not by the city, but by others who attempted to point that out. Nevertheless, the proposition passed. The charter was amended.
Mm-hmm.
A lawsuit was filed, and a court, as we suspected, agreed with the Fifth Circuit's ruling out of an appeal that came from a similar measure that was brought by the same group in Austin, and determined that the ordinance or the charter amendment that was forced upon the city was unconstitutional. And so at the time a court enters an order, the city has no choice but to follow the court order, and so we did.
It's off the books now, right?
It is
Because of
off
the
the.
legal
It is
challenge
it
and victory. Somebody say, "Hey, you can't be limiting me to $500 donation per
correct.
candidate,"
So the
right?
$500 limit is no longer a valid provision of the charter.
Mhm.
That is rescinded. Now there was a prior campaign contribution limit enacted by the city by ordinance, and that is what the city reverts to. And so for a mayoral election, the campaign contribution limit is $10,000, and for a city commissioner election, it is $5,000.
Okay, so that's that. Those are the limits that we face.
Yes, sir.
Again, we're back to
Yes,
that.
sir.
Major projects, infrastructure projects that are working on your desk right now, either in drainage or new pipes, roads, power, anything that you're working. It's worth mentioning right now that might be getting a review at City Hall.
There were some roadway projects on last night's budget. Next year's budget, we're looking at 4 or 5 new roads in the northwest quadrants of the city. Those are going to be important, building connectivity
Los
out towards
Lagos
Tres
area.
Lagos
Okay.
area and cleaning up some of the roads out there. Eli Torres, County Commissioner, has been fantastic partner in working with us on some of those projects. Parks projects continue to be very important to us, and investing in the recreational spaces. Although we've rolled out some great projects in the last couple of years with Camp McAllen and some of the other spaces, there's a lot more work to be done there. We know that we've got field capacity problems. The kids want to get out and play sports. They just don't have a place to go. And so I think in next year's budget, we'll see a lot of that too. Drainage. We've got a McAllen lateral project we're going to be breaking ground on later today up at Wisconsin and the 10th Street area. So again, we just continue to invest in the basics and making sure that the needs of the city are provided for.
Isaac Tawil is our city manager for McAllen. And of course, McAllen known for having destination events and destination locations as well. Big one around the corner, McSlan is like Friday in the first weekend of March. So put it on the calendar. Quite a massive celebration of arts and culinary arts and color and music and all that. So there at the campus of the convention center, just an example of the many events of drawing people to the area.
Yeah, the Mexlon is going to be great this year. We're going to have a great carnival, like you said, all the arts, the culture, this year, the business summit is bringing in John Quinones, and he's going to do what would you do on AI. It should be an interesting conversation. But yeah, that's going to be a fun one.
Yeah. So get your tickets. Check the McAllen Chamber side or the McAllen City side.
The Mexlon website. Get
Okay.
on the convention center site. You can find tickets. You link to tickets just about off of any page on the city's websites.
MXLAN McSlan 2026. That's coming up first weekend of March. More destination events in the near future. McAllen has developed that reputation, either events or locations, with all the retail and facilities that are popping up all over the place.
Yeah, I'm a little worried. We're running out of days on the calendar to do things. It is a very robust schedule, but we're always looking to innovate, and so we'll have some new stuff coming.
I've been meaning to ask you this for a while, since McAllen is one of the top 10 destination points. Brownsville McAllen Market, U-Haul saying, hey, you guys are top 10 as far as U-Haul's going one way, because people are moving to the area. So have you seen an increase in permitting requests for more apartment buildings or temporary housing to put all these people coming to the area? And we'll likely have a whole bunch more coming pretty soon with industry growth.
Yeah, simple answer to your question is yes. We definitely saw year-over-year increases in residential construction permits, both for single-family and multifamily units, and we think that trend is going to continue. We were really excited when we saw U-Haul's announcement. That's great. It doesn't get much better.
Well, the expected big announcement, and congratulations to the gang at EDC, City Hall, on landing a major manufacturer. We'll learn more from the manufacturer in the near future, but I wanted to visit with you on the potential economic impact, source investment, and maybe the multiplier after that, jobs, things like that. What can we say about that right now?
Projects that we're looking at are slated to bring in the near term, over 500-600 jobs.
Good paying
But
jobs, right, Isaac?
$100,000 a year
Pues,
jobs, right? I
well,
mean, so $80 an hour kind of jobs. We're seeing a real transformation in McAllen, and I think that's why you see emphasis from my office in making sure that we want to support our youth, our schools, our colleges, in making sure that we're investing in the people that we know we're going to need to continue to grow the McAllen economy. When you bring opportunities like MEDC is working with us to bring, that feeds everybody. That feeds locals. That feeds retail. It was a real experiment for us putting MEDC and the Chamber of Commerce under one roof, but it's a real symbiotic relationship there. Industry brings a need for retail, and vice versa. So the more opportunity, I keep using that word, but it's going to resonate, and it's going to resonate during my tenure in the city manager's office. The more opportunity we can create by investing in infrastructure and the basic pieces that business needs to grow, we're going to see it come here. And it's just super important for us to make sure that we're building the human capital we need to support those industries. They're high tech jobs, they're good paying jobs, and that's going to bring more, right? Industry is going to bring more medical. Medical is going to bring a desire for more and higher quality entertainment. So last night, City Commission, we had a conversation about opportunities to do even more of that. So hopefully it's a self-fulfilling prophecy that keeps feeding on itself.
yeah.
Super exciting what's going on in McAllen right now.
And usually when a big assembly line, a big industry arrives, much like LNG at the port, or much like Elon Musk in Brownsville. Usually, there are other ancillary feeder businesses and industries and suppliers that move in as well. Do you see this massive project that McAllen has landed as bringing in other feeder industries nearby to
It
complement
is
that?
certainly going to create opportunity and send a message to the world that McAllen means business, and we're ready to welcome you.
Excellent. Well, congratulations, and come back and see us after the big announcement or any other big news. We'll look forward to a very successful 2026.
Well, we're looking forward to it. The big announcement is coming in the next couple of weeks,
All
so hopefully you guys will be out there with us.
Yeah, Lord willing, we'll be there again. Thank you, Isaac.
Thanks for having me on this morning.
Isaac Tawil, our city manager for McAllen.